Blog Talk Radio.
First World Order Radio, finally, we are on the air. No doubt. All right.
There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio.
We get on into some of that order consciousness tonight.
First World Order Radio every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
We got to talk about what is taking place on the planet.
There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio. First, we need to let you know we're going to be doing more shows, giving out more information on Wednesdays. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we are now going to make this the hottest day of the week.
Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the root based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it. Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the root based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it.
You need to understand how magical this something like this every Wednesday can become. So you need to start getting your calendar right, get your schedule right. You need to know our intention straight out.
All right, so, these clues are given throughout the various languages was to piece the puzzle of this ancient mystery school back together again.
And what we plan on doing, both of us, is bringing y'all some surefire dynamite. We're going to take this level up a notch. We're going to have stuff to do here. This is not just going to be about philosophies and theories, shit that works.
You have an activated pineal gland in which that produces this black chemical called melanin.
What we did was gave a hard line in the sand between the different definitions of esoteric study and exoteric study. Playtime is over.
I don't need to be a dope boy, my poetry is dope enough. Trapping interstellar while my third eye open up. See through all the lies that y'all telling with a straight face. Return of the luminous ones. Y'all better make way to find a chapter. Find a collapse on all you politicians. They politicking how to lead a world about the pissing. The way I think is more deep and in the Grand Canyon. I guarantee this black man would be the man standing. My premonition matched the OMAC calendar. It's always accurate like a lightweight challenger. For all you wicked witches and the Wizard of Oz, you and that man behind the curtain, yeah, y'all fixing to fall. Only a matter of time before shit hit the fan. Here's an idiot's guide for you on how to get a man. I don't need a bunch of homers to ride or die with me. I can call on Hey Roo to fly the skies with me. Going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus piece back to the Pope. Came back for angel time to bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned to the birth. We going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus piece back to the Pope. Came back for angel time to bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned to his birth. When I'm riding on this city streets, never really miss a beat. To the point of no return, unless I turn another cheek. Catch me on my daily vibe, smooth as I wanna be. Just being me, never chilling with the wannabes. God in the flesh, dated bad sister latches. Because my history is more than they can understand it. My melanated skin, starburst from the astro. I'm made of dark energy created from black holes. Know thyself, the only one you can lean on. I got some school books that y'all can break y'all weed on. Our here's Martin Luther King and slave ships. But what about the underwater cities and spaceships? My mystical mind would have the government covering. But if the OMAD will fly away like a mothership, where African people wear the real Anunnaki, wearing feathers on their heads just a few feet taller than me. Through the transition, and that's all she wrote. Put on my ankh and gave my Jesus peace back to the Pope. Came back my angel times and bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. We going through the transition, and that's all she wrote. Put on my ankh and gave my Jesus peace back to the Pope. Came back my angel times and bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. Yo, don't look at me the same. I ain't nothing like I used to be. Upgraded daily through the lies and all the foolery. My dream became lucid. I travel back in time, collecting life data for my subconscious mind. That Father let me know that anything is possible by pulling down the universe through my crown chakra. Manipulate the energy is all an illusion. Knowing who you are kills all the confusion. Why 85% judge off my appearance? I use alchemy to create the word potential. My lyrics turn divas right back at the queens. Why dope boys are think twice appearing back of the scene. Everybody gone mad, blaming media outlet. The new black Hollywood chosen straight out of projects. Global agenda war sucking up to the master. While the whole community going up in disaster. We going through the transition, and that's all she wrote. Put on my ankh and gave my Jesus peace back to the Pope. Came back my angel times and bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. We going through the transition, and that's all she wrote. Put on my ankh and gave my Jesus peace back to the Pope. Came back my angel times and bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. Since birth. Since birth.
All around the production.
You can really say this the gift and the message. My music is a weapon when I use it on the reckless. Spaceship hovering throughout the whole region. Open up the sky and take the shortcut to Venus. Getting on my level, it's a hard pill to swallow. Like comparing your religion to it if the earth is hollow. No need to cry there and let it soak in your tomorrows. Let my music soak up your bittersweet and sorrows. See the sun shining, I lay back and kick it. Staying sucker free is my new way of living. One day we get together, then we all start building. But the ball that I dribble got me pulsing like Pippin. Champagne glasses around my organite pyramid. Glazing at the stars, show the kids where we really live. These solar flares got my DNA 12 stranded. Collect the kill trends and feed it to the mid-spring. Washita Moors. Some of us, we been here to reunite the others and cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012, 21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in a highway with moving cars. My flow bring the fear of God to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men and chance a heart attack. Ever since the kid went galactic, my center bracket reached the top and interacted with my solar status. The microphone will grab it, I guess it's just a habit. A living legend in your presence, sorta like the Mavericks. It ain't about me, nah, but it's about the future. I go to races on and dealing with the cockadoodles. I sock it to you like a grandma in your mama used to. The final stage, I ride away just like it's Honolulu. I prove my old school, but since I stayed there, galactic conscious awareness, I got my grades there. See with the eye of Heru, no longer bending knees. My inner chi surrender me when it's time to leave. This modern day crap, I don't even follow it. I'd rather symbolize my name up in the hieroglyphs. Declare peace without Battlestar Galactica. Footstepping backwards on my way back to Africa. The Washita Moors. Some of us, we been here to reunite the others and cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012, 21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in a highway with moving cars. My flow bring the fear of God to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men and chance a heart attack. The Washita Moors. Some of us, we been here to reunite the others and cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012, 21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in a highway with moving cars. My flow bring the fear of God to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men and chest a heart attack.
All around the production.
Peace, peace, peace. Back once again with First Water Radio. Your host, Dr. Alim-Bey. Also my co-host, Brother Fahim L. I'm going to bring him on. Are you here, Brother L?
I'll tell you what you Dais.
Hey, I'll tell you what you doing, Jacques. How you doing tonight?
Doing well, brother. How you doing?
That's good. Excellent.
Right.
Basically, we're going to be getting into aromatherapy, essential oils for balancing the chakras and aura. We know that essential oils are normally highly concentrated, which is actually essence of plants, like essential oils, like precious jewels or jewelry or gems. You know, it has this healing effect, you know, upon the physical body. Is able to connect the mind, the body, and the spirit, and restore balance within the 7 chakras or Oric tools, and you know, that nurtures your daily life. So we're going to be getting into that, and what we do know that only essential oils provide true aromatherapy benefits. You know, like for example, essential oils can actually be mixed with other oils such as olive oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, etc., and then applied, you know, by rubbing it on the feet or correspondent chakra areas. So that's what we'll be getting into tonight, or the particular oils or herbal oils that can be utilized, where to place them at on the body, in order to help bring about, you know, healing. Because essential oils are a great tool to help with physical ailments and spiritual growth. You know, and it's been done for hundreds and thousands of years. You know, some of the first herbs, you know, the essence of the herbs, the oil that was brought to quote-unquote the Messiah, you know, Jesus, the Christ. You know, and we want to utilize the Bible for that, as allegorical as it is. It still breaks down the essence of these particular herbs. And frankincense and myrrh are very essential. And we're going to be getting into other essential herbs and actually how to utilize them. What we want to talk about first is the root chakra, the Muladhara, which is basically located at the base of the spine in the tailbone area. Is the sacral bone area, and then it's connected to right between the scrotum sac and the anus area of the male, which is called the $1 million spot or the perineum. It extends there. Within the woman, it extends into the G-spot area, which is about 1.5 inches inside of the woman's vaginal canal. Of course, you can't put essential oil there, but you can put essential oil on the base of the tailbone or that sacral bone, which is a triangular downward bone, you know, right at the base, right above the crack of the behind. And what that does is really enhance what we call grounding and stability. You know, so some of the herbs or herbal oils that can be used. I guess you could say would be nutmeg, cinnamon, patchouli, ginger, cypress, sandalwood, can be utilized. Placed right there on the base of the spine or even at the bottom of the feet. In particular, near what is called the bubbling spring, which is the soul or foot chakra, all right, or Ritu, which is a minor chakra, but it helps with grounding and it helps with being able to absorb energy from the ground if you're barefooted, especially if you're walking on the ground or the grass. You're able to absorb more chi or ki or prana energy, in which that is very helpful in healing the body as far as wounds, the bone structure, the joints. So a perfect person who have arthritis, rheumatism, this can help very greatly with using these particular herbs, herbal oils, all right, or essential oils, okay? And then, of course, we have what is called the navel or the sacral area, which is connected to the same, basically it's called the Sahasrara, which basically is about, I guess you could say, is about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. It symbolizes our creativity and our sexuality. And Lang Lang can be utilized as well as, even sandalwood. Both of them act as an aphrodisiac, to aid in our sexual and reproductive energies. You can actually put it right around the navel. Also sage can be used, rosewood. It gives you a peace and calming effect. Also promotes harmony. All right. And then, of course, we will go to the next one, which is the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is the manipura, which is like the upper abdominal, in the stomach area, right in the center. Within boxing, it's known that if you hit that area, you can actually cause a person to die from that blow. It symbolizes our willpower, our self-esteem, our confidence. So, the essential oil that can be used, like cinnamon, to help heat up the power center, or peppermint to cool down any excessive fire in the system. Some of the other herbs that can be utilized is fennel, juniper, lemongrass, matter of fact, eucalyptus, bergamot, rosemary, tea tree oil, geranium, rose, and that helps with harmony, also with energy and acceptance. All right, so when you put the oils in the particular area of the body, now understand what the chakras are. The chakras are your endocrine gland system. Okay, that's essentially your endocrine gland system. Now I'm gonna go over that in a minute after we finish this up. All right, then of course we have the heart. What's real good for the heart is rose, jasmine, eucalyptus, rosemary. It's good, and for the heart. And essentially, you can also now let me go back, because the heart chakra, which is called the anahata, within the Sanskrit, you have a front and a back heart. portion. And basically the scent of the rose is related to our heart and enhances, of course, love, even romance. It also helps to alleviate depression and insomnia. So you definitely would want to use rose as that particular healing essential oil. All right. And then, of course, we have the throat chakra. All right. The Vishuddha, which is actually located in the throat chakra, the center of self-expression. That's what essentially it is. The eucalyptus helps to clear the sinuses, cure any sore throats and coughing. So eucalyptus can be used, peppermint can be used, spearmint can be used. These particular oils, can be used, allowing the passageway to become free and clear for self-expression. All right, that's something in which that dealing with communication is essential. All right, and so some of the other ones would be also coriander. All right, as well as also lavender. That can be used as far as the essential oils or aromatherapy. Now, we also have the sixth chakra, which is actually the third eye chakra, or what is called Ajna, which is basically the forehead and is between the eyes or right above the eyes, about an inch or so, right in the forehead, which is the gateway to our intuition. All right, lavender oil is incredibly common and great for headaches, migraines, a common occurrence, whenever the third eye is blocked. When people have these, headaches and migraines, we can calm the active mind with lavender to reach a higher state of consciousness. Of course, the third eye, being that really starts in between the eyes or eyebrows, I should say, and it goes up seven. There's seven eyes of Allah, as we would say, which is according to the 101s and the 102s. It speaks of the seven eyes of Allah. Well, the seven eyes of Allah, not just the seven chakras, it's the seven eyes actually along from the third eye all the way up to the top of their head to that soft spot, which is the crown chakra. All right? There's seven eyes, as we would say, really, in that regard. And vanilla is real good. Bergamot is also excellent. Patchouli, cedar wood, what it does is awaken you. It it deals with transformation. Even angelica root is real good, which is between the eyebrows. You place it in between the eyebrows and up along the forehead. All right, and then of course we have the crown chakra, the Surha or the Surha Rora or the Sahasrara, which is at actually the very top of our head. That's our universal connection to bliss, to our spirituality, our higher self. And of course, like I was saying earlier, frankincense and myrrh are actually the most spiritually charged oils. All right, and it's been around for, like I said, hundreds and thousands of years, and it brings us to mental peace and clarity. Some of the other herbs in which that can be utilized is lavender and jasmine on top of the head, as well as also sage. All right, so these are just some of the herbs that, when applied to the human anatomy, to the chakras, symbolizes the activation of a harmonial and also harmonial balance within each and every one of us. For example, like we were saying about the crown of the head, then of course that's the pineal gland, which excretes melatonin, serotonin, DMT, pinoline, etc., etc. All right, then you have that third eye, which is actually connected, to the pituitary gland, which produces HGH, human growth hormone, and different other hormones in which that helps with our growth, our physical growth, as well as also our spiritual growth, as it connects and beams this white light onto the pineal gland, in which that activates it with the raising of the Kundalini. Within the ancient Kemetic text, that would be symbolic to the Ritu or Sekhmet and her 7 Ritus, or Ra and his 7 souls. Within African culture, it's called the Umbelini, which is the Kundalini within the Sanskrit, but is called in the African traditions the Umbelini, and which is the serpentine fire. And being that the serpent slithers sideways, side to side, it symbolizes the two facets of this creatress or creator, which would be referred to as positive and negative, good, bad, positive, negative, electric, magnetic, etc., etc. All right, symbolic to the soul, and it's incarceration or incarnation within the physical body. How you have the opposites, two opposites entities combined as one, making the lower self and the higher self. Okay? Then, of course, the throat chakra is the thyroid gland and parathyroid glands, all right, which produces thyroxine, all right, which is a hormone. Then you have the thymus gland, which sits directly above the heart, and the thymus gland controls your lymphatic system and your lymph nodes, all right. Your thymus gland is supposed to pump just like your heart, all right. At one time it did, but now it become atrophied, all right. So these particular oils will help activate it, all right. Once again, rose, eucalyptus, bergamot, rosemary, tea tree oil, etc., placed there, all right. And then the solar plexus, which is attached to the adrenal glands, the pancreas, the spleen, all right, which produces, pancreas produces the hormone, in particular, insulin and others. Your spleen helps produce and manufacture the blood supply, and your adrenal glands, adrenaline, which is directly on top of your kidneys. And like we said about that, on the solar plexus, what would be good is lemon, myrrh, even frankincense, balsam is real good. Herbs, fennel, juniper, lemongrass, to help promote that energy, that harmony, that acceptance. All right. And then, of course, we was talking about the sacral or navel chakra. You have your lower dantian, which is about an inch or two. Some say 2 inches below, 2 inches in, which is below the navel. Some say that you can utilize your navel. All right, but that connects to the sacral bone, which is at the base of the spine, right above the crack of the behind, and you can actually place the energy there at the navel, right below the navel, or on the sacral bone area. And of course, what is produced from that particular area is the abode of the Kundalini. The Kundalini resides within the sacral bone area. All right. So you can use sandalwood, tangerine, orange, geranium, cedarwood, sage, rosewood, patchouli, to activate that particular area, as well as also with the root chakra, which is the perineum, as well as within a woman, the G-spot area. Of course, you can't put anything there within the G-spot area as far as the essential oils necessarily. But you can on the base of the spine or in between the vaginal canal and the anus, just like in between the scrotum sac and the anus for the male at the G-spot. You can also use ginger, like we said, cypress, sandalwood, nutmeg, cinnamon, patchouli, even myrrh. All right, so if you notice, myrrh is mentioned a lot as far as within these particular healing herbs.
Right.
There's a reason why myrrh was given to Jesus, because it symbolized a form of protection. It was a protective oil. Frankincense is a protective oil. These were protective oils. And then gold symbolizes the sun disk around the top of the head, which symbolizes also a form of protection and a form of mastery within the field of spirituality. All right, so these are just some of the essential oils and how it balances your chakras. When you put these oils on your body, it emits and radiates a stronger auric field, which keeps entities, astral fragments, and thought forms, negative thought forms, from attaching to your auric field and producing holes and leaks in your auric field. So these essential oils help to eliminate holes and leaks in the auric field and strengthens your auric field. All right, it is good also to take a 20-minute to a 45-minute bath with some of these essential oils. In particular, frankincense, if you want to strengthen your auric field. Frankincense and myrrh, you would take like almost half a bottle of frankincense and myrrh oil, put it in your bath water, and just soak for 20 minutes to 45 minutes in a tub. Make sure you get from your head, your whole body, etc., etc. All right, you'll feel illuminated after you get out. All right, some of the other herbs that can be utilized, of course, is peppermint, spearmint, lavender, rosemary, eucalyptus. You can actually put all of them together, and this will help with the heart, with strengthening, magnetizing your auric field, healing the lungs, strengthening the heart. All of these particular herbs deals with that, and so you can actually soak once again for 20 minutes to 45 minutes in these particular oils. All right, real powerful once again. So this is just some of the things that you can do with these particular oils. All right. When we get into the word chakra, like we said, it's Sanskrit. All right, and the word chakra means vortex or spinning wheels of light, thought, color, and sound. All right. So you have 7 major ones. Some have developed 9. Some are developing 12, and eventually an extra one above the head, which is the star chakra, which gives us 13. Once you learn how to magnetize your auric field, you can actually begin to start doing certain things like Maaba Techniques. I recommend those study The Flower of Life by Travalo Melchizedek, Volume 1 and 2 of the Flower of Life books, as well as also learn the Maaba breath technique, 18 breath, 24 breath, 28 breath technique. This is real, all right? Well, we started doing these techniques back in 99, all right? And you can actually feel your body inside of your auric field. You hear a humming noise like you get ready to take off, especially when you get to this, out of the 18th breath, you get to the 17th breath. And there's a certain way in which that your tetrahedron, all all right, is supposed to turn in order to help you, which you have to receive information from your higher self in order to do it, in order to disappear or dematerialize from or move through another dimension and leave this dimension. That happens by way of, like we said, your higher self. But it can be done at the 18th breath if you master 24 breath or 28 breath technique. You can leave here. All right. This is, if you get the book called The Zulu Bone Oracle, Credo Mutua has a section in there where he speaks about how we came from Mars, that before we came to planet Earth, we dwelt on Mars. This is why you have the Sidonia site with the face, with the pyramids and different other structures, temple structures there on Mars. But we dwelt on the surface of Mars prior to coming here. We knew of a coming disaster based on a war that took place in our solar system. This war is said to have taken place on a planet called Moldic and Malona, which was its moon, in which that both of those blew up, and which that produced our asteroid belt as we know it now, because it once was situated between Mars and Jupiter. But the beings who lived on the surface of Mars, who was not able to go into the Earth, got destroyed, and this is how it looked so desert-like on Mars. But those who was able to survive, the males impregnated the women, and the women was able to transform their bodies into ships called macabres or macabres. All right. In the Bible, in Hebrew, it is called makaba, a makava, which is means flaming chariot. Flaming chariot. All right. In other words, a light vehicle. All right. The word myrrh means kind of light or light. Ka means spirit. Ba means soul. Right, so it's the kind of feel or the kind of light feel of the spiritual soul. All right, the kind of light feel. So it's like you actually turn yourself inside out as far as your auric field is concerned. It expands 55 feet outside in diameter and actually look like a flying saucer or galaxy from the side view. All right, and you can actually, with another person, encompass. Like as a male and female, you can actually take, with those two, can take approximately 144,000 with them to the next dimension or density level or realm or cosmic zone. All right? So this is just something that when you read the Zulu Bone Oracle book and Credo Mutua speaks about this, he tells the story of us being on the red planet prior to coming to Earth, and how we came to Earth was because of a destruction that took place on Mars, and the males impregnated the women, and the women was able to transform their bodies into ships, and so hence is another way of how the Martian, as we would say, who became human, was able to populate the planet Earth, become Earthlings. This is just one of the stories told by Credo Mutua. Very convincing, nevertheless, because there's other books and other languages, such as the Hebrew language and different other Sumerian texts, the ancient Kemetic texts of the Boat of Ra or the Bark of Ra. All these things take into consideration when you're reading them from other mythologies and other stories, how it all correlates. All right, so we want to touch on that also. Brother L, you want to build on anything before I go on?
Yes, you were saying that the power of oils, different oils. I like to share some with you though. I used to burn incense in my home a lot, And my brother-in-law came home over one day, and he was mad at I think he was mad at his daughter, my niece, and he was just raising a lot of hell, And he was just, but then he asked me to use my restroom. I said, yeah, go ahead. And because it has a strong oil scent in my restroom, and he went in there. I think it was some. I think it was called Egyptian musk.
Oh,
what
yeah.
it was called. And he went in there. It had a strong Egyptian musk smell in there. He went in there, and it just overcame him just like that. He said, "Ooh, it smells so good," and it just stopped him right in his tracks. And it was kind of funny, because it's how the power of oil and smell have over people, even mentally and emotionally. I thought that was pretty deep, And,
right. Well, that's because
when therapy almost.
Right, it went to his head. So let's say that was the throat chakra, in particular the third eye and the crown chakra. So remember we said, you're talking about Egyptian musk. Egyptian musk is real good also. But, like we said, frankincense, myrrh, lavender, that's for gathering and inspiration. Symbolically, the three wise men, as it is called, symbolically, based on the biblical scriptures. Of the three wise men coming to Jesus, symbolic to the three stars in Orion belt, the three pyramids on the Giza plateau, and these three particular herbs or oils, which is real good for the crown chakra. That Egyptian musk is real powerful because it can be utilized in the exact same way. When you smell Egyptian musk, it smells so fresh and so clean, and so it really does have the ability to calm you down. That's what we were talking about, that calming effect that it has. It also awakens a sense of inspiration, as we would say, of hope, of valor, so it does these things, so definitely, Egyptian musk is there also as far as a good oil, that can be utilized as far as helping someone, forget negative or forgive negative things in which that is going on, things in which that seems almost hopeless. It gives you hope in the midst of that.
Yeah, I witnessed that. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You said Mayor.
Right. What did he say about it though?
He asked me what was that? I said that's Egyptian musk. So I never smelled that before.
Right.
You said that's an oil. I said that's an oil. Burn buy it instant. You can buy it for body oil. You can wear it.
Right.
Put it on. Rub it around. On your neck or chest, whatever, arms, and you'd be amazed at the effect it had on people. On some people. So he said you start getting them some. He said he never, because I was laughing. I was kind of laughing at him, because it kind of overtook him so fast.
Right.
It
calmed him down, made him
forget
about what happened with his daughter, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was funny. If you saw it, you would have laughed.
Right.
You would have laughed yourself, Dr. Alim, because it was like.
I'm hearing and laughing, so I know I definitely would have been laughing.
Because I didn't see him, because he was in the restroom, and I just heard his voice, And
right.
Funny,
you just heard him say, right. Indeed. Well, once again, these particular oils are good in order to eliminate negativity. That's a proven fact. As far as aromatherapy is concerned. Matter of fact, that's why it's called therapy. Aroma means, smell. So smelling therapy, smelling healing, healing through the smell, and, smell is one of the senses in which that a lot of times we don't focus on, because most people rather focus on touch or seeing or hearing, or tasting, but very rarely do they focus on the scent of smell. You know, when you're smelling something of that magnitude, of something that's that good, you know what I'm saying, that increases your your senses, your mental sense, capabilities. Of course, these herbs can also be, these herbal oils can also be used to increase mental capabilities. You know what I'm saying? Peppermint, spearmint, can be used not just to cleanse the lungs, but can also be utilized to clear the mind. Eucalyptus can be used to clear the mind. Tea tree can be used to clear the mind. You know what I'm saying? So these particular scents, oils, essential oils, is have so many different double-edged swords to it. As far as like their abilities and what they can do for the human anatomy, is ridiculous. As a matter. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's what some of these mystics mean when they burn their incense oil. It helps them detoxify the mind, keep it from being intoxicated, the mind being intoxicated. When I first started reading books on mysticism, and I found out what that meant. Because a lot of the mind says your mind be intoxicated. And that was the first time when I started reading, studying mysticism. That's when I heard that term. What do he mean by my mind being intoxicated? I'm being intoxicated. I'm thinking about a person being drunk. But there's other kinds of intoxication.
Right. Well, we also know that the use of these scented oils or perfumes basically has been used in various occult fields. It's used in witchcraft. It's used in magic, such as the golden dawn. We know that it's used within Sufism, in particular of Islam, which is the most popular place for the use of oils publicly. So we know that these oils produce also a magical effect, especially when used, a concentration, or to concentrate the power of a herb or flower or a tree or root, what I'm saying, in which that you make it into a fluid condenser. These oils, have such a great value, and plus it, retains the full scent of the plant, and the scent has a powerful reaction upon the human intellect and emotions, even the body itself. So, we see even within witchcraft, the oil is symbolic to actually to the element of fire, which is, that's what incense, just like an incense is, symbolized as air and salt, the earth, like we said, the oil is able to capture and draw out and store the essential nature of the herb and the plant. So you can actually take the various herbs of the plant, soak them in olive oil, and you can actually soak them for at least 2 weeks to a month, and then pour the essence off of it, and the oil will have the scent of those herbs or flowers. Go ahead.
One person was telling me that every time he moved into a new home, he would put incense into his urn, and he would walk around each room clockwise. And he would let the urns circle in a clockwise fashion. And what it would do, it would cleanse the room, each room, or whatever, because something could have happened in the room. You don't know if a murder could have went down or anything could have went on. And they cleanse his home that way, And that the herbs,
that's because these vibrations, breaks down into something which they refer to as the herbal magic, which works through vibrations or vibratory rates or frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So the magic of oils uses the olfactory senses or nerves to manifest change. So the senses triggers various centers in the brain that brings them into dominancy. All right? Activates and stimulates the psychic centers and helps develop clairvoyant powers. That's what these particular oils can do, especially frankincense and myrrh, lavender. So these other centers includes the intellectual, the spiritual, the passionate, and so on and so on. So oils and perfume magic is actually an exact science, and it takes years to fully master. You know what I'm saying? For anyone who can use oils in their magic, they can follow simple instructions, in which I'm going to go over some of those instructions in a minute. But, of course, some of these herbs can be prepared at the home for a fraction of what they cost in the store, naturally. So, like if you had to buy a lot of these oils, essential oils, or some of these herbs or flowers, it can get up to almost, $1,000 an ounce or so. Ooh. Because essential oils, if you're trying to get a whole lot of them, like the ones that we just said, in which that is good for all 7 chakras, that's a pretty penny. Okay. So one of the simplest methods for being able to make the oils, you can fill like a little small jar with the leaves and the petals of the herbs that you wish to make into the oil. Like we said, some of them would be frankincense, myrrh, lavender, jasmine, patchouli, cedarwood, vanilla, bergamot, coriander, caramel, tea tree, rose, eucalyptus, rosemary, peppermint, spearmint, lemon. Those are definitely some sandalwood, orange, cedarwood, geranium, nutmeg, cinnamon, patchouli. These are just some of the ones that you definitely will want to check out and do. So the next thing you would do is like pour olive oil over them, to cover, and then tightly cork or cap the jar, and then keep it actually, warm place out of the sun for about 3 days to 2 weeks. If you want a real strong potency, it can actually go up to a month. And you want to shake the bottle every day so that the leaves are thoroughly wet. Then if you want to do it for like on the 3rd day to 2 weeks, then, or more to a month, you would strain the oil, fill the jar with some fresh leaves and flowers, and pour the same oil back into the jar. Then repeat several times until the oil is heavily saturated with the fragrance. Then finally you can strain the oil through filtered paper or fine piece of linen or muslin, or and store in a tightly in a tightly tightly bottle. And what some herbalists do, they will add a few drops of benzoin, as a tincture, in order to act as a preservative. But you don't even have to use that. You can use alcohol such as vodka, good quality vodka, or some apple cider vinegar, for the next 3 weeks, and strain it in tightly cork in a dark bottle. And so the most powerful, thing is probably a little bit of alcohol, in order to preserve it. It's not necessary, but it can be done that way. And then, of course, you want to do the oil bliss, which we, formally refer to it as blessing. We don't like to use the word bless because we understand that it means sacrifice, blood sacrifice. But you would, you can actually, do a prayer, channeling your energy into the jar, in order to help increase the potency. And of course, we understand what happened with Masaru Diamanto, Emoto, the Japanese scientist who understood that liquids, in particular water, is able to carry spirit or memory or messages. As a matter of fact, water has 440,000 memory channels in it. So it goes to concur that liquids such as oil also have memory. How else could oil take on the essence of the herbs? And in other words, that's a form of memory. All right, so it would take on those particular herbs. So, after, like we said, about 2 to 3 weeks to a month, you can actually pour the oil into other bottles, and it would actually capture the fragrance and the power of the flowers or herbs or roots that you have placed inside of some of the ones that we mentioned earlier. And you can begin to have your own essential oil, all right, and utilize that every day for whatever area on the body in which that you might think is deficient of energy. You can use these oils to strengthen the area. So like for a person who have diabetes, all right, that would be the solar plexus. So they would make myrrh, frankincense, lemon, fennel, juniper, lemongrass. They would make these particular oils and rub it at the solar plex area, okay, in order to help get rid of diabetes, to increase the insulin flow in that particular area. I'm a person who has headache, migraines, problem with the head, such as schizophrenia, entity attachments, or as they would say, demonic attachments, negative thought forms, astral fragments, astral entities, whatever the case is, frankincense, myrrh, lavender, jasmine, okay, can be utilized on the crown of the head as the oil just rubbed through the hair and on the scalp on a daily basis, okay. A person who has throat problems, communicational issues, then they can use coriander, bergamot, tea tree, caramel, lavender on the throat chakra. All right, a person who has high blood pressure, that's heart issues really, and you can use rose, you can use eucalyptus, geranium, I think rosemary, and peppermint and spearmint, and lang lang. All right, bergamot, tea tree oil can be used on the heart in order to help heal heart issues and problems with high blood pressure, so forth and so on. All right. Individuals have problems with intimacy. They're impotent or frigid. All right. Then they can use ginger, cypress, sandalwood, nutmeg, cinnamon, myrrh, patchouli, to help with the grounding issues that they might have. They're not grounded enough, so it would be also good to go outside once using these particular oils to step onto the grass or ground barefooted, so that they can absorb the ground prana in order to help heal the most dense portions of their body and to give power to the red chakra or the lowest chakra, which would then the Yoruba would be referred to as the Lord of the Crossroads, which is Ishu Elegba. The 7 African powers correlate to the 7 chakras. Right? The word Orisha, the beginning of the root word or the root word is Ori, which means the mind. Your chakras are states of consciousness. Okay, so what you're doing is tuning yourself into different states of consciousness, and as the energy goes upward, higher states of consciousness. All right, attempting to connect your higher self. So, this is how you can use these oils in order to heal. All right, kidney problems would be sage, rosewood, sandalwood, orange, cedarwood. All right, tangerine can be utilized. Put on the back at the sacral, was also at the kidney point, right in between your back, where the 2 kidneys are located at the center or in between those 2, and that will help heal kidney issues with these particular oils. All right, we can go on with the healing capabilities of these particular oils. Let's go to problems with not sleeping, insomnia. Well, once again, lavender can be utilized, angelica root, vanilla, bergamot, thyme, patchouli. These can be used in order to help with insomnia, not being able to go to sleep. Caramel, all right, or chamomile can be utilized also to help with the sleep issues of insomnia. So take these in mind, and try to utilize the information as much as possible we'll be talking about here. I want to go to the phone lines, and if there's any questions, give us a call at 626-414-3535. That's 626-414-3535. Give us a call, 626-414-3535. All right, we're going to go to a song right now, Party in the Cosmos by my man, Ra Netter.
All around the production.
You can really say this the gift and the message. My music is a weapon when I use it on the reckless. Spaceship hovering throughout the whole region. Open up the sky and take the shortcut to Venus. Getting on my level, it's a hard pill to swallow, like comparing your religion to it if the earth is hollow. No need to cry there and let it soak in your tomorrows. Let my music soak up your bittersweet and sorrows. See the sun shining, I lay back and kick it. Staying sucker free is my new way of living. One day we get together, then we all start feeling. But the ball that I dribble got me pulsing like Pippin. Champagne glasses around my organite pyramid. Glazing at the stars, show the kids where we really live. These solar flares got my DNA 12 stranded. Collect the kill trails and feed it to the mid-spring. Washita Moors. Some of us, we've been here to reunite the others and cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012-21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in a highway with moving cars. My flow bring the fear of God to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men and chasing heart attacks. Ever since the kid went galactic, my center bracket reached the top and interacted with my solar status. The microphone to grab it, I guess it's just a habit. A living legend in your presence, sorta like the Mavericks. It ain't about me, nah, but it's about the future. I go to races on and dealing with the cockadoodles. I sock it to you like a grandma in your mama used to. The final stage, I ride away just like it's Honolulu. I prove my old school, but since I stayed there, galactic conscious awareness, I got my grades there. See with the eye of Heru, no longer bending knees. My inner chiefs are in me when it's time to leave. This modern day crap, I don't even follow it. I'd rather symbolize my neighbor in the hieroglyphs. Declare peace without Battlestar Galactica. Footstepping backwards on my way back to Africa. To Washita Moors. Some of us we been here to reunite the others, to cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012-21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in the highway with moving cars. My flow bring the favorite god to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men in chest, a heart attack at Washita Moors. Some of us we been here to reunite the others, to cool the world with wind chills. I put rap to the back for a good reason. 2012-21 was a good season. Fake people get exposed just for who they are. Keep playing traffic in the highway with moving cars. My flow bring the favorite god to the modern rappers. They crawling backwards, kicking men in chest, a heart attack.
all around the production.
All right, we're going to go into my joint, Burning Gates.
Yeah! South Shaolin, the classified elements. We here now. So all you Fruit Loop, color candy, bright peanut butter and jelly, cool ass niggas, you best duck and rub for cover. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, into the triple gates, cross the fiery lakes, for witness to tortured souls and put upon burning stakes. Ascend the cherubims, raising hell to reach heaven gates. Fire bombing cathedrals when I switch my car to stay. Regard to animal, from animal back to God. The thorn extrudes like WD parade to raise a nation that's indispensable, indivisible. Basic principle relate to digital outputs to outlooks. Temperatures rise in as the sun of righteousness gets spiritual guidance in the lion's den. The phoenix arrives in, spitting balls from Mars to the belt of Orion with the eye to Hootie. These faggot devils can't fool me. The fellas gave porn and digesting the pig's booty. The shit is the wickedness, lost in the wilderness. We're never at here to this. Go ahead and slit your wrist. The black card exists when devils try to exit, leaving their planet crisis until destroyed by ISIS. In a pit of demons, I'm ancient Kemet dreaming, converting satanic chords with the beta semen. Sword swinging, decapitator, parable addicted, crystal wand mystic, keep it glowing drinks when I'm lifted. I'm Melchizedek, moving through 50 states, only transmagist with the gods I relate. Mental alchemist, watch love conquer hate. I emanate golden rays above my head to figure eight. I'm Melchizedek, moving through 50 states, only transmagist with the gods I relate. Mental alchemist, watch love conquer hate. I emanate golden rays above my head to figure eight. In a devil's head, severed on a dinner plate, before the throne of God, all devils will meet the fate. Below the mason dicks, arises the future great. Imperial, furial, sound the trumpets through the stereos. Murders with mics, that's why I scratch off the cereal. Reverse creation, send you back to some minerals. South Shaolin, double MC is the abbot. More rich be the nation, black man's land, we gotta have it. Restore the throne, eradicate the savage. When disaster strikes, actual facts he can't manage. Or fools on deck, sink ships like Titanic, spreading fear across the land, causing unjustified panic amongst the brain dead zombies. Grab the expensive bandits while these wicked overseas collect residuals in their hammock. Corporate fruits forever remain rancid, poisoning to the mind, inflicting subconscious damage. I'm Melchizedek, moving through 50 states, only transmitters with the gods I relate. Mental alchemist, watch love conquer hate. I emanate golden rays above my head to figure eight. I'm Melchizedek, moving through 50 states, only transmitters with the gods I relate. Mental alchemists, watch love conquer hate. I emanate golden rays above my head to figure 8. Return of the ancient one, the Moorish Naga, the dragon rider, or breathe on fire, generator, operator, destroyer, a self-lord and master, instructor, a Kama Sutra, practicing Tantra, a Kriya Yoga, a Kundalini, the resurrector, Shishuna, the eater, Pingala, awaken the 7 chakra to come the avatar, Muhammad the conqueror, putting sword to your jugular, send you to the ether, the water, air, fire bender, the earth ruler, usher in a new era, in the saga, eyes filled with terror, eerie sounds of horror, reflection crack mirrors, minds made feeble, dreams crumble, the curse tremble, thieves in the temple, raise the mental, beyond the 4 devils, you whack motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Or you goddamn cool niggas out there, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to put that fucking rope around them goddamn throats, you know what I'm saying? Cause you didn't all this goddamn hip hop, that's why hip hop dead, motherfuckers. Yeah, cool niggas, yeah.
All right.
Like that one
maybe
too.
y'all can think of maybe y'all can figure out who that was rhyming on the last part. Yeah, to all the coon ass niggas out there. All right. All right. Back to the lecture here. All right. So let's get into the scented oils and the perfumes and basically in their magical powers. You know, a lot of people are using almond oil nowadays. You know, almond oil is real good. It was a symbol of wakefulness to the ancient Egyptians or ancient Sumerians, and it was actually used in prosperity rituals, like anointing the candles or money, etc., etc. It was also added to the money incense. So not only did the ancient Egyptians use it, but occultists use it today, as a matter of fact, to aid in prosperity. All right, so almond oil is real good for that. All right, anise seed oil is real good for clairvoyance. It's often added to ritual baths, preceding any attempt at divination. I mean, it's also worn during divination rituals. All right, so anise is real good also to freshen the breath and your whole internal digestive system. Helps with your digestive system too. Basil is real good. The scent of basil actually can cause sympathy between two people. So the word actually is to avoid a major clash. It creates harmony of all kinds. All right. Bergamot, like we said earlier, but it can be used in a protective ritual, also in drawing prosperity. Normally, the oil is worn on the palm of each hand. All right. Cinnamon is a very high vibrational oil and is actually used for personal protection. It is also a sexual stimulant in the female. So added to any incense, increases the power. All right, so mixed with powdered sandalwood, it makes basically an incense suitable for all religious and spiritual magic. So it's real good for meditation, illumination, and so forth. All right, clove is a aphrodisiac, is worn to attract lovers. Inhale the oil makes is real good. It helps the memory and eyesight. Coriander is oil that is actually used for love and also to anoint candles. All right, and then of course cypress, oil of protection. Is actually the symbol of the earth element as well as of death. So when attending a funeral of a friend or loved one, you can wear this oil so that you would be uplifted by the meaning of death as the doorway to but another life. It's also effective to screen out negative vibrations of the mourners. Okay, eucalyptus is a healing oil, very useful for recuperation after long illnesses. Cure colds with daily application to the throat, forehead, wrists. And also, when added to the bath is a creates or turn the bath into a healing bath. It's also good for purification. Frankincense is one of the most sacred of all oils used to anoint magical tools, your altar, or strong purifier used in exorcism, purification rituals, and basically bliss. Cordenia is worn to attract love. Powerful feminine magnetic oil of protection also. Ginger is a topical or tropical, as we would say, aphrodisiac, and induces passion. Honeysuckle is oil of the mind. It promotes quick thinking and is often used as a memory aid by dabbing it on the temples, also used in a prosperity ritual. Hyssop increases finances and is added to the bath to create a purifying atmosphere, an excellent oil to wear during all types of magical rituals. And then, of course, jasmine is the symbol of the moon and of the mysteries of the night. Jasmine oil is used actually to attract love. The scent helps one to relax, to sleep, and also facilitate childbirth. It is sometimes used for meditation, general anointing purposes. This is a real purely spiritual oil. All right. Lavender, used in healing and purifying rituals, and is also to arouse sexual desire in men. Okay. Lemongrass is the aid in psychic powers. So wear it on the forehead. Spiritualists and mediums use it for help to make contact with spirits. All right. Lotus, all right, is the sacred oil of the ancient Egyptians or Tamarians, Kemites, and lotus oil has a very high spiritual vibration. It's suitable for anointing, bliss, meditation, and dedication, oil, to the gods. It is also used in healing rituals. So when one wears this lotus oil, it is sure, to bring good fortune and much happiness. Magnolia is an excellent oil for meditation and psychic development. It also brings peace and harmony. All right, mint, such as we've seen, spearmint, peppermint, is used to, to bring prosperity, or used in prosperity spells, and actually to increase one's business, so you can anoint your wallet, etc., with this oil. Brother L was talking about the Egyptian musk, so we're talking about musk, the universal accepted sex scent. It is also worn to purify and to gain courage. It is a magnetic oil worn with equal success by both sexes. The musk oil, can, like I said, worn by both, is a magnetic oil. So, definitely understand the musk, power, and then, of course, most people have their own natural musk smell, and that is also what is called pheromones, in which that can be utilized also, as far as in rituals, your own smell. Then, of course, you have myrrh, a purification, protection, and a hex-breaking oil. It possesses a high vibratory rate, making it excellent for more ritual, religious rituals of magic, anointing the house every morning and evening as part of any protection ritual with this myrrh. All right. Then you have nutmeg. This oil is rubbed on the temples and the third eye to help in meditation and induce sleep. It's protective as well. Then you have orange blossom to make a person in the mood for marriage. Wear this oil. Many women add this to their daily baths to bring up their attractiveness. All right. Then, of course, you have patchouli, a very powerful occult oil, one of the magnetic oils to be worn by men. It attracts women, also ward off negativity and evil, and give peace of mind, and is very sensual. Peppermint, used to create change within one's life, used to relax and allow one to unwind. All right, we have rose, which is the love oil, used in all love operations, added to baths to induce peace and harmony. Take a handful of rose buds, place them in a silver goblet. Pour 1 gram of rose oil over them. Let it soak for a week. After this, on a Friday night, burn them over the charcoal to infuse your house with love and vibration. Right. This is excellent for peace and since it can be done regularly to ensure domestic tranquility. All right. Then you have rose geranium, oil of protection, anoint windows, sills, doors of the house. Basically, it imparts courage to the wearer. Excellent oil to be used to bless a new home or apartment. A few drops on charcoal blocks will release this powerful vibration throughout the entire house. Also used to anoint anything in which that you need protected. All right, rosemary, a very vitalizing oil. Rosemary is used in healing rituals and is part, and also is used to promote common sense, self-assurity, prudence. It aids in mental ability and powers when rubbed on the temples. It is also protective and is used much like rose geranium, rubbed onto the temples to cease pain of headaches, migraines, and is in all healing rituals you can use it. All right, sandalwood, protective, very healing. This oil is used to anoint. It also aids in seeing past incarnations. Try anointing the forehead to promote the sight. All right, vanilla, a vitalizing oil, said to be sexually arousing in women. Used as an energy restorer, sometimes used to gain extra power during magical ceremonies. Violet. This oil is used in love operation and sometimes sexual exciting. However, many people cannot stand the fragrance of the violet for some curious reason. All right, one thought to be sacred to the fairy queen, i.e. the goddess of the witches, and very healing and added to baths. Lang Lang makes the wearer irresistible to the opposite sex. Also soothes the problems of married life. Can help in finding a job. If worn to interview, you will be a much calmer and more impressive to the interviewer. Sometimes it's called a flower of flowers. All right, so this is just some of the power behind these scented oils and what they can do for you, not just internally but also externally. All right. We're going to go to the phone line right quick. We got area code 410. Area code 410. You on the line? 410. Area code. Your hand is up.
Hello?
Yes, peace. There
peace.
you go.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? And
no one's got.
He's gone.
What's up with you?
Hey, caught me on guard. I was washing a little bit of dishes. You were talking about the oils.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you based the show on that because one of my family members, they had vertigo, and the kidneys and the adrenals kind of shot.
Connected, right? And shot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love the oils. I told him sniff a little bit of peppermint oil and spearmint. And what else? It was something else, but man, I just you ever sniff the oil? You feel like a fiend. You just can't get enough. Like
yeah, Egyptian monks, like brother L said. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, brother L, you ain't lying, man. I sniff the I mean, I don't want to sound like that, but you know, I get a whiff of the rosemary.
Right, rosemary like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the tea tree ain't too strong to me. Unless it's because I got a pharmacy. Sometimes the pharmaceutical grade is like they water it down or something.
Well, they do.
I don't know. Yeah. And any of y'all ever use rose oil? Like you gotta be a millionaire just to get a bottle of it.
Yeah, I've used rose oil. As far as like in the ritual ceremony, as far as like doing Reiki on people, as far as utilizing these particular essential oils and on the body, in that regard, but not just for just for wearing, but utilizing it just within the ritual.
Okay. Yeah, my second question, I guess, was I don't know how many times you touched on it, Dr. Alim, at least off air, but like far as when you and your queen Kadira went to what was it? Y'all went to the UK to do a lecture, I think. How much difficulty, or I should say dissonance, did you have to face, with the U.S. Passport and being a U.S. citizen and or not being a U.S. citizen, that whole, I know they kind of gave you a little bit of trouble about that.
No, actually they didn't, because at the time we didn't do anything with the birth certificate. So we were still utilizing the name on the birth certificate. So we didn't really have a problem with that. Now, when we started going back and we was doing a non-citizen U.S. national passport, which is on the form of the passport form, you just simply have to circle it. That puts you in a different category as far as being able to operate now. There's a different code on the passport. Okay, but it's still utilizing that passport, so it's still not a problem because you're still utilizing that passport until we can get to the level and Moors can stop bickering and fighting amongst themselves, and we can develop our own passport. Now, the machine, when we checked into it, is over $20,000. To do it ourselves.
Say that again.
Yeah. Right. I said to do our own passports, the machine is over $20,000.
Good night.
Right. Over actually up to $200,000. Okay. So that's something in which, like I said, when Moors can stop fighting amongst themselves about silly stuff and can bring this thing together, then we probably can begin to start doing that to that level. Right now, we got to utilize what's there in order to get the information that we possibly can in order to continue raising the minds of our people. But there is a section on the passport which states specifically if you're a U.S. national or a non-U.S. national. Right, and we circled the non-U.S. national section.
Right, I totally agree because the way I'm looking at it, like just like you said, all this division, the easiest way to conquer people is they divide it.
Oh yeah, and Negroes have a tendency to put my name in their mouths. I'm watching their videos and they mentioning me negatively, and I'm like, hold up, yo. Wow. How come I don't have to mention you at all, and still do what we do? Is it necessary? if you're doing something for the people, it's necessary to keep somebody else's name in your mouth. You know, that's the point that we have to get to because any and everyone who's doing so is violating the laws of Mayat. You know, in that regard. You know, which is based on I have not gossiped. You know, I don't have to mention these individuals by name in no shape, form, or fashion because they don't have any bearing on my success in one regard or another. Exactly. But obviously I have a bearing on their success as far as they're concerned. That's why they have to mention me. So this is some of the nonsense that is taking place, you know, in the so-called conscious community, you know, and I don't even like using the term conscious in that regard any longer. It's more so being aware of your actions, behavior, your deeds, and your ways, you know, and most individuals are not, you know. If you got truth, then teach the truth. What the hell you got to mention me for?
Right.
When Baba Phil Valentine mentioned me, it's positive. When Brother Bobby Hemmett mentioned me, it's positive. When Brother Panic mentioned me, it's positive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm noticing, you know, these new cats coming up don't have no regards to cats who's been doing it for a longer period of time. They're just coming in and mentioning everybody negatively as if they coming in and, you know, going to take over this movement, as they say, and become the number one person on the top of the totem pole. But they don't understand it. They're coming in with an ego. And as long as you're coming in with an ego and not humbling yourself to those in which that you got information from and giving them, you know, their dues, you know, then you're going to have a problem. And that's one of the things that is going on amongst the Moors. You know, then you have those who parrot sayings from Prophet Noble Ali as if they knew Prophet Noble Ali, as if they walked with him back in 1913 to 1928. You know, like they was his right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, here they go, well, the Prophet Noble Ali said, Prophet Noble Ali said, you know.
Like they was at the barbershop with him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know, like they was the chauffeur, you know, and drove him around or whatever the case was, you know, or like they was Claude Green, Bay, you know. So I mean, this is just some of the silliness that is taking place that I'm seeing amongst the Moors, you know, and it's not enough building. It's too much talking about each other and not enough building. If you got truth, then build. That's what the Bible says anyway. You know, you're gonna know a prophet by the fruits in which that they bear. Start bearing some fruit, niggas, and stop being fruity niggas.
That's right.
You know, saying bear some fruit, niggas, and stop being fruity ass niggas.
That's right.
You should make that into a T-shirt or something, though.
Right. That's exactly what I'm gonna end up doing. You know, bear some fruit, niggas, and stop being fruity ass niggas. That's the name of the shirt. Y'all can take that to the next level, y'all.
Right.
Because right now we got a lot of fruity ass niggas out here. You know, but the only thing they need to do is build. They ain't got to say shit about the next man. Build.
That's the problem.
Do something. And that's how the people want to be able to say, yo, he doing the damn thing. Otherwise, you're not doing a damn thing and you're just running your mouth.
That's all.
You know, so that's the problem. That's the problem.
Because I mean,
in the soapbox.
No, it had to be said. Because I mean, anybody can say you put in work. They got cataracts or something. I don't know, but like if I don't know, man. It seemed like I noticed that with hip hop too. Like you notice it's almost like
right. That's what they done did. The young cats came in with this hip hop, you know, mentality of thinking that they can get up to the next man doing a 50 cents number. You know, 50 Cent was going around dissing everybody when he came out in '99. How to rob a rapper. Right. If y'all might remember that joint. This nigga was talking about robbing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, this is the nonsense that's taking place right now. Hold on, Doc. I want to go to the next call Get area code 252, area code 256. Area code 256, you on the air.
Hello.
Peace.
Peace.
Did you call my number?
Yes, I did. 256, area code.
Well, I wasn't sure, so I figured I'd just say hello. Hi, Dr. Alim. I talked to you once before on the phone.
Yes.
I've been to your site a couple of times, and what I just started investigating are about the 12 body salts.
Right.
Is there a place?
Exactly.
Is there a place on your site where I can get more information and maybe purchase? They're saying that you're deficient in at least 3 of them.
Right, that's true.
And my second question
based
is...
on your sign. Based on your zodiacal sign. So what is your sign?
Gemini.
Okay, so you Gemini, so of course next would be Cancer, Leo, and then Virgo. So you would need those 3 after that, in which that would give you a total of 12, because 9 plus 3 is 12, in which that fruit is born within a 12-month cycle. We don't go 12 months, we go 9 going into 10 months. And, so we are about 3 months deficient within the next particular 3 dates, because we don't get a chance to finish our evolution, within the womb. 9 is the completion for us, as compared to fruit and vegetables, and so forth and so on, is 12. All right, so nuts, seeds, in that regard. So there's a good book called Natural Healing with Cell Salts. It's by Dr. Psych Weintraub. That's SKYE Weintraub, WEINTRAUB. All right, and basically it's like a complete list of cell salts and the ailments which that a person may have, the dosages and the treatments. So the book is called Natural Healing with Cell Salts, and we also have some books in our PDF. If you go to www.dralim.elbey.com, we have books on the cell salts PDF, which is like $5.
Great. So are you saying that I can actually purchase the cell salt that I would be looking for on your site, or you're saying I can only find information?
You can actually do both, because actually dandelion has all 12 nutritive blood salts, or cell salts, all 12 of them. So if you purchase dandelion, you get essentially all 12 already. So you don't really need anything else in that regard, because dandelion has all 12. It's one of the only,
what does it look
one of the
like?
most popular
herbs. Is it a powder
herbs.
form?
Yes, it's in a powder form as far as the herb is concerned. Yes, it's in a powder form.
And it'll tell me how to take it, like what proportion?
Yes, you would take 2 to 4 daily.
Okay, so I can just go to that website and look for dandelion cells.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Dandelion.
Great. I just started getting that information maybe a week ago. Totally surprised. Second question is, also I just come across some information about the 501c4 trust.
Right. Yes. Yes.
I'm not hearing any information out there on the weekly calls that the community of Moors are doing. My question would be, why is that? Because it seems like that's the new financial system in place now.
Right, under Dr. Henderson. So yes, he has what is called I think it was called the Melchizedek Trust, in which that supposedly within the next couple of weeks we're going to see a reset of the economy or stock market and different other financial branches around the globe. We already see that China and Russia has already moved towards disenfranchising the United States by no longer using their monies because they have enough of it, in particular China, in which that actually owes most of the debt notes of the United States. So we see that there's going to have to be some type of restart, and that's what is taking place allegedly within the next couple of weeks based on this trust being set up called the Melchizedek Trust, or so we will see under Hendo Henderson and check it out and see what's going on. So let's put some positive energy towards that and see what's going to really take place with that.
So are you saying that there's disbelief out there in the community of Moors that the Lamb's Book of Life is not real? My understanding is you will be left without any type of financial foundation, without participation of that 501c4, which is connected to the registration of your individual self and family and so forth in that Lamb's Book of Life. You're saying that there's disbelief out there in the community of Moors that they don't have to participate in the Lamb's Book of Life?
Well, I'm telling you that there is a disbelief in some Moors, but me, myself, my wife, and I, along with Baba Phil Valentine, all of us been added to that list as far as under the Melchizedek Trust. So what's going on is, if they look at the news, they see that the Pope is now ending the 501c3, the 501c3s corporations. There's a news article that came out within the last week or two in which that specifically states that, and that the Pope has actually done so. And at the same time of doing that, he also came forth and apologized to the indigenous people of America. So
well, we are the indigenous people of America, and I didn't hear him give us any apology.
Well, understand is that they can't quite acknowledge us per se.
Why not? That's the truth.
Obama
if he stepped it out on truth, what's wrong with the truth?
Right. There's nothing wrong with it, but you're going to see Obama's come forth and talk about giving us reparations here real soon. So we see a whole lot of things going into the effect of not just us being the indigenous people, but us having to, in other words, there's going to have to be a reaping and a sowing. As they say, what goes around comes around. So there's going to have to be some type of what we would say, return of finances and in some regard, put it that way. So there's so much going on, till, everybody need to pay attention, so we're looking at between September the 23rd through the 28th. And then we also got word about there might be meteorites in which that come close to the planet or even hit the planet. We have information concerning the fact that it might be another ascension in which that takes place September the 28th. So, I mean, there's so much going on. It's just to be aware, not necessarily be concreted in just one thought, but to be, skeptical, but yet also pray and watch at the same time and prepare. That's really what can be done, because we don't know, based on how many things are going to take place within that 1 week, and we, actually for those who have been paying attention, that's a 5-day span that we're talking about between the 23rd through the 28th, So within that 5 days, you're going to see some things in which that may possibly change the system. So like you said, what side we're going to be on? We're going to be on the side of those in which that helps with the change, or we're going to be on the side in which that, get crushed in the in the long term, of some of these disasters that possibly can take place. I'm not so much into the doomsday theory any longer. We see what happened to Y2K. We see what happened with year 2012. So it just have to be, you just have to be aware. That's the key.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your information. And do you think, my understanding, the reset will bring all the economies to zero? Do you think a lot of people is holding this foreign currency. I forget the name of it. But do you think that they will be able to get the benefit of that currency revaluation prior to the whole globe being reset at zero?
Well, if we pay attention to what China and Russia is doing, I think we probably do need to check that out, as well as also Bitcoins. We probably need to check that out. There's quite a bit of things that we need to check out as far as being able to make sure that we are able to be, sustain, this blow, if and when it occurs. So we definitely have to once again be aware of that, and make sure that we handle ourselves appropriately, and see what we can do, and protect our families, protect ourselves in the long haul.
So don't you think that would be a moot point? The ones that's holding the foreign currency, waiting for it to reval and make some type of instant, benefit. Don't you think that would be a moot point? Having the currency, it doesn't reval before the whole global reset down to zero. Wouldn't that be a moot point of having the currency? And thank you, and you have a good night. That's my last question.
All right. Yeah, definitely. It would be somewhat good in order to have a new currency. I know that in 2005, George W. Bush signed on with the Canadian Prime Minister, as well as also the Mexican President, onto what is called the North American trade, or what's called somewhat NAFTA, I guess you can say in a sense. But this was dealing more so with the economy, in which they were going to bring all three economies together in North America, in which they was going to form what is called the Amero dollar. This is something in which they've been talking about since longer than 2005, but 2005 was when they actually put it on paper and it became official. So we've been wondering how long it was going to take, and so it might have taken 10 years to put into order. My wife and I actually have Amero dollars, so we know that they exist. But when they was going to actually put it on the market and so forth and so on, was something in which that we speculated on now for the last 10 years. So it's still speculations as far as that's concerned. All right, let me go to another call. Appreciate you. Thank you. We got area code 505. Area code 505. You on the line?
Dr. Alim?
Yes, peace.
Peace.
This is Tiffany. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. It's been some years.
Yes,
just wanted to show some gratitude. Thank you for the information. I just bought some essential oils this week.
Okay, word. Your spirit was already feeling it.
Keep giving us the good information. I love you much, brother, okay?
All right. Love you, too. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Brother L, we're about reaching the end of this saga, of this episode. Once again, any closing statements, my brother?
Yes, brother. I'll be paying close attention to what the people talking about the economy. About to the Pope visit here. The Queen was here. I think is still here, isn't she?
Okay.
I think she is. That's what that's about too.
Right. Right, because she owns the Social Security Administration, and hence that's the retirement plans. That is Social Security, so forth and so on. All of that is connected. Even the 401k is all connected into that too. So yes, I mean, there's something definitely going on. They're getting ready to kick off. Yeah,
it'll make some changes.
Right, there's some changes that's coming down the pipe. There's no doubt about it. I'm just not one to give a exact date. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand biblically, no man would know the time nor the day. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But we'll see as far as that is actually concerned. Of course, they're talking about Christ in that regard because they don't know that time of day is because it happens to each person based on their own individual rays of consciousness. So it's up to that person on the time and day in which that they reach that level of Christ consciousness. No man, can tell you when it's going to happen for all of us because it's only going to happen for an individual at any given point in time. Right now, as far as the stock market or this financial fiasco that is getting ready to happen, allegedly, we see that October is normally the fiscal end year for the United States. So if something kicks off, here it is kicking off at the end of September going into October. Because we're talking about the 28th, So that's only, 2 days before October. So we really probably do need to be paying attention and see what's going to take place. If not, continue putting the pieces of this puzzle together. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like I said, I'm not into the doom day thing. So, it's always about being prepared. So always stock up on your water. Always have some food in which that you can, use. Because we don't really know what's going to take place with this reset in a sense, or who's going to come out on top. Right now Russia and China is banking on crushing the United States economy. They even told the Russian president, Putin, even told Obama to tell Monsanto that if they don't stop fucking up the world market with the food, that they're gonna that it's gonna be a damn global war. Mm-hmm. In other words, World War III is going to start over Monsanto and them and their goddamn Terminator seeds and all that GMO shit. So this is other countries. This is other countries threatening the United States based on that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's some things going on. All right. So we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for checking us out for another show. We do what we do, try to get it in, and prepare for the transition. This is my man Rodnetta. Brother L, any closing statements before we go?
Yes, brother. I know we did some good tonight, so hopefully we do it again, next Wednesday or Friday?
Yeah, hopefully Friday. I don't know what happened this past Friday. We was trying to set up the show, and for some reason, they won't let us set it up. So, luckily we was able to set it up this Wednesday. So I guess that's all we can do is just, continue, doing what we do. All
right.
All right. I appreciate you, my co-host. And we're going to go to the transition by my man, Brother Rodnetta. We out, y'all. Peace. Before we go, I got to say this. September 18th, 19th, and 20th, here at our healing retreat in North Carolina, we will be having our Melanin Conference. Our Melanin Conference, once again, is September the 18th, 19th, and 20th. This month. All right, prepare yourself. It's only $150 for all 3 days. You can go to our website, www.dralim.com, and go to the section of up-and-coming events, and you will see the hotels that's within 10 miles to 15 miles from us. For those that want to stay in a hotel. For those that want to stay on the land, we have 2 cabins, 2 trailers and a cabin, in which that those who want to stay can actually stay there. We have tents that for those who want to stay on the land. We will be doing, we have Sifu Elohi, El-Bey, who will be training those in Qigong and Tai Chi. All right, we have Sister Naya, who will be going into Kemetic Reiki. All right, myself into Kundalini Reiki, Tibetan Reiki, Ushi Reiki. My wife will be teaching on economics as well as partially herbalism, which I will also be going into herbalism. So we have different speakers for this Melanin conference, so please come out. $150 for all 3 days. You get food, and for those who want to stay on the land, it's just an additional $25. So check us out, all right? Check us out. We're trying to do this, for the people. I'm trying to teach you how to be healers, how to also prosper in business. We can teach you how to put together your own business, your own ministry, so that filed at the Secretary of State, so you can have everything on the record, and then how to get an EIN number, how to put it at the Register of Deeds office. All these things we can teach you how to do so that you actually have a bona fide business, all right, or another means of having income besides for just relying upon your 9 to 5. All right, so once again, www.dralim.com is where you will go for upcoming events for our event, the Melanin Conference, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Check us out. Peace.
Peace.
I don't need to be a dope boy, my poetry is dope enough. Trapping interstellar while my third eye open up. See through all the lies that y'all telling with a straight face. Return of the luminous ones. Y'all better make way to find a chapter. Find a collapse on all you politicians. They politicking how to lead a world, no pot to piss in. The way I think is more deep and in the Grand Canyon. I guarantee this black man would be the man standing. My premonition matched the old Met calendar. It's always accurate like a lightweight challenger. For all you wicked witches and the Wizard of Oz, you and that man behind the curtain, yeah, y'all fixing to fall. Only a matter of time before shit hit the fan. Here's an idiot's guide for you on how to get a man. I don't need a bunch of homies to ride or die with me. I can call on Hey Roo to fly the skies with me. Going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus peace back to the folk. Came back my angel time to bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned to the birth. We going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus peace back to the folk. Came back my angel time to bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. When I'm riding on this city streets, never really miss a beat. To the point of no return, lest I turn another cheek. Catch me on my daily box, smooth as I wanna be. Just being me, never chilling with the wannabes. God in the flesh, dated bad sister lectures. Because my history is more than they can understand it. My melanated skin, star brush from the astro. I'm made of dark energy created from black holes. Know thyself, the only one you can lean on. I got some scoop bush that y'all can break y'all weed on. Our here's Martin Luther King and slave ships. But what about the underwater cities and spaceships? My mystical mind, we had the government covering. But if the OMAD will fly away like a mothership, where African people were the real Anunnaki, wearing feathers on their heads, just a few feet taller than me. Through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus peace back to the folk. Came back my angel time to bring heaven on earth. I was the last golden child that returned since birth. We going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my uncle, gave my Jesus peace back to the folk. Came back my angel time to nothing like I used to be. Upgraded daily through the lies and all the foolery. My dream became lucid. I travel back in time, collecting life data for my subconscious mind. That Father let me know that anything is possible by pulling down the universe through my crown chakra. Manipulate the energy is all an illusion. Knowing who you are kills all the confusion. While 85% judge off my appearance, I use alchemy to create the world potential. My lyrics turn divas right back into queens. While dope boys will think twice appearing back on the scene. Everybody gone mad, bladed media outlet. The new black Hollywood chosen straight out of projects. Bobo agenda war, sucking up to the master. While the whole community going up in disaster. We going through the transition and that's all she wrote. Put on my